Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. And when I'm saying tuning in, you just sort of clicked on a link on YouTube. Right. Let's get down to business, shall we? So, Borderlands 2 first single player downloadable content is being released tomorrow. Uh, Something about a pirate and her booty. So, it's Borderlands. I didn't expect much more. And then we go and wait, the Necromancer, that was just a character. That wasn't single player content. But with this coming out, I'd like to analyze the first Borderlands, specifically the downloadable content, and see what could really help sell people on this additional content. Well, if you look at the grand scheme of things, first of all, in general, people agree that General Knox and the Secret Armory was the best content package. Gave you a large level boost. It had a good sprawling zones. It introduced new vehicles. Introduced a lot of new people. It introduced the pearlescent weapons. And extended the level cap. Now, I think more important than anything else, this content pack must extend the level cap. If it doesn't, we might have some issues. Not because the player can't gain levels, but because the experience that they gain doing quests is going to run flat against a wall. And that's never good. Unless it's like an MMO or like a really big single player RPG, then once you hit that wall, you should be comfortable with it. And I don't think I'm comfortable with being just level 50 in Borderlands 2 as of yet. Now, granted, I feel like the gear I have is like a really high echelon of gear. But I feel like I can definitely find better gear. And I plan to with when they add more content to it. But the issue with this whole raising level cap thing is what they raise it to. Did they raise it by 10 to 60? That would give me another 10 points to work with. Plus, if they throw in any extra ones, which they did add in, they had a couple quests in various content packages which gave you a bonus skill point, which I like. Giving us bonus skill points is very nice. Thanks, Gearbox. I mean, where do you find that balance? If I get 10 more points, then I get to add, this many new points to my tree. In, as great as it is for the player, you have to balance it out when they give us this many skill points. If they gave us enough skill points to complete 2 whole trees, then specialization sort of dissipates. I mean, by the end of Borderlands 1, you could more or less have completed, you could complete a whole tree and almost complete a second one. With Borderlands 2, if they give us another 40 levels to work with, because there's 4 single-player expansions coming out, then, God, it's going to be like 2 whole trees, plus a little bit of another one. So I think they're going to have to balance where they put those levels in. If they do it by 5, sort of like how Fallout New Vegas did it, that would be cool. That'd be great. I'd like that. With some bonus skill points thrown in there. Like 3. 8 skill points per expansion, please. The second thing they need to do is they need to look at how story content works. Now, the first content for Borderlands 1 was Dr. Ned's Zombie Island. Me personally, I loved it. It wasn't as expansive or as full of stuff to do as Claptrap's Revolution or that Secret Armory, but it still had its own value in the sense that it gave us sort of that Call of Duty zombie mode. And for a cooperative game, the zombie mode is just an instant seller. I mean, if you want to talk about Diablo roots, you're killing zombies in a dark and dreary graveyard. Come on! How Diablo can you get? So, I would appreciate if they gave us something similar to that. That would feel really nifty. Now, insofar as Moxie's Underdome, we really don't need that. We have 3 of them now. Granted, we had, Circles of Slaughter in the first one, and these are basically reimaginings of that, but these are run by Moxie. And we had a bank in the last Borderlands, just with half the slots, just like an inventory. I don't like having 27 slots in my inventory, not at all. But stores aren't enough, so it's okay. So I don't think Moxie's is going to be anything to really draw from. I think the 2 things that Gearbox is really going to have to pull in ideas from and then give it back out to us is definitely going to have to be the Secret Armory and the Claptrap's Revolution. The Secret Armory, because it was easily the best. It had all the great features. Extended level cap, new vehicles. It introduced some pretty cool characters in Athena, the Atlas Assassin. And it really gave a new echelon of loot, which actually this add-on is going to be giving us. It's going to be giving us a pink loot level. So I have no idea what that actually means, but one can hope that it's pretty good, because me swapping around my weapons and suddenly pulling up a pink one, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, it's a great gun, but it's pink. Ugh. You know how it is. You know how it is. No, you don't. You aren't me. You don't know my feelings. Sorry. I'll get back to what's important. Now, insofar as the Robot Revolution, that content really pushed the envelope of the story. It was probably about as canonical as continuation as you got. You introduced Mr. Blake, which you heard a lot from in Borderlands 2. You wiped out most of the Claptrap product line, which you heard about a lot in Borderlands 2. You got your Claptrap buddy back, which you heard a lot in Borderlands 2. So I really want to see where Gearbox is going to take this downloadable content. Knowing Gearbox, though, I doubt I will be ashamed to say pick it up. Because they have proven time and time again that $10 is a lot of value to the Gearbox game. At least from what I know. Do you know? That's really a cliched way to end, isn't it? With a stupid ass question. I'm not into that. I'm into this. Thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. I shall see you all later.